roofing, you're selling the same stuff installed by the same kind of people, the same way. You can't decide to put the shingles on upside down because you feel like it. They're using the same tools. They're doing it more or less the same amount of time. Like nobody's taking 10 times as long or 1/10 as long to do a roof. It's a hard question to ask, and I piss roofers off when I say it, but it's a real question to ask. It's like, why is it that your company deserves to exist? You have to know who your ideal customer avatar is. So when I owned my roofing business in Canada, my ideal customer avatar in our roofing business was, we named them as Bob and Betty. Even my competitors, there's a guy who owns a roofing company called Iron Shield Roofing in Edmonton, and he said, I don't want any Bob and Bettys, I want this. We talked so much about our ideal customer avatar that he knew, our competitor knew who our ideal customer avatar was. And Bob and Betty were a professional or a military service police officer person or a business owner. They were between 40 and 55 years old. They had teenage children living in the home and a dog. They lived in a 2-story house with a complex roof that was 2,600 square feet or bigger. They had a fenced yard with nice landscaping. Now, every single one of those pieces was important to us, and it was based on data. That tells us who our customer is not. A 68-year-old widow is not our ideal customer avatar. Would we still sell a roof to them? Yes. But it wasn't who we were targeting in our marketing. Is a 22-year-old and a 25-year-old couple who is pregnant with their first child living in a 1,800 square foot townhome in a row of houses, is that our ideal customer avatar? No. Would we still sell a roof to them? Sure. But it wasn't who our marketing was directed towards. The reason that Bob and Betty had to be a professional or a what we called a hero or a business owner was because if you're a mechanic will go to work every day and he will look at the shop bill that is charged to their customer, right? So they're fixing the transmission on a Nissan Murano and they're getting paid $45 an hour. But they know that when that invoice goes to that customer, the shop rate is $140 an hour. And they're like, well, I'm losing, this $95 an hour that the shop is charging me out at. And they in their head don't think about the liability insurance. They don't think about the $50,000 lift that's in the floor. They don't think about the $20,000 worth of tools and the $10,000 toolboxes. He's just thinking they're charging me out at $140 an hour and they're paying me $45. And so on the weekends, what is he doing? His friends are asking, hey man, can you fix my car? And then on the weekends, he charges them like $65 an hour. He knows he's saving them, $75 an hour from going to the shop that he works at, and he's providing the same skill set. And he's got his own tools and he's got jacks in his car and he's got to do it in a different environment. But he goes, man, I got to do it in a different environment, but I'm making 50% more money. So what does that tell us about the mechanic when they're shopping for a roof? Part of them will at least entertain the idea of, instead of dealing with this company, the dealership, is there a way that I could find the guy and the guy would do it for less? So that wasn't my ideal customer avatar, but a person who is a professional. So doctor, dentist, right? CFO, those people understand risk. They understand business. They understand what they're getting from the tertiary benefits, not just the roofers themselves. The heroes, well, we gave them a discount because our company name was Sargent's Roofing. It was because I was in the military and my partner's last name was Sargent, so it made sense. We really wanted to give back to the heroes, so we had a discount for anybody who is an ambulance, EMT, police officer, firefighter, or a military service member or veteran. We had a kind of a program that made us a good fit for them, and then they got a discount on our regularly high-priced services. The business owner was, again, for similar reasons as the professional. They tend to appreciate a business that's run right, and we focused on having the best customer experience, the best technology, the best kind of more integrated experience. Our emails came out as, if your last name was Owen, it'd be like, Operation Owen is a go. Our teams will be deployed to your sector at 0800 on Friday morning. We're going to build your new weather defense system over and out. And they would be like, Roger, they had fun dealing with our business. So we tried to make sure that other business owners would look at that and say, man, our business should go to that degree.